Well, I finally got my Fairbanks grill gazebo put together. I just want to show it to you. I finished the roof. And on the directions, I forgot what number this is, but there's a trim here. And it has an opening where those panels slide in. And also there's some, I can't see if I can get one out. Hang on just a minute. There's these black plastic things. There's a bunch of them. What they do is they slide in here and they hold that panel down, keep it from flapping in the wind. So be sure you put one at each one of these ribbed areas, or right in. There's several different ones, and that'll be on every single one of them. But you can see my roof here. Like I said, the directions, like I said in the part one, the directions call for 6 to 8 people. I do not understand why they need so many people to do this. Basically, I had my son help me put up these pieces. This is like I said before, this is the heaviest thing right here. And once we did that, and I helped him, he helped me some of these beams going across. I put those up, helped me with that. But I would say 90% of this I did by myself. Even the panels, I did those by myself. Be sure you do the lower ones first. You don't want to do the high one, because if you do that first, you've got to screw the lower one into that beam. And if you do that, you won't have any room to do it unless you got a really short screwdriver, and it'd be just a pain to do it that way. But kind of give you an idea what it looks like. Like I said before, the directions are kind of screwy, but if you're a handyman, and you can piece this thing together. And like on these panels, everything's labeled in this kit. Like, for example, this is first, that's F3, and then F2, and then F1. They only go a certain way. And the same thing on the top ones. It says G3, 2, and 1. But they only go one way. You're not going to be able to change it around. And make sure that everything, the panels are pointing upward. They won't work. If you turn the middle one downward, they won't go in right. So make sure it's pointed up like the other ones are. I finally put my concrete wedge anchors in. I put them on each corner. Now, if you built your slab a little bit bigger than what I did mine, you could probably put them all the way down the length of that, but I just put them on each end. There's 4 of them. You see that? This thing's pretty solid. I mean, it does shake a little bit, but it's going to take a pretty good wind. Probably a 80 or 90 mile an hour wind to do anything to it, even if it does do that. Because with that thing anchored in, it's not going to go anywhere. Try to show you the top of the roof. You can see where everything's raised up. And I don't see this thing leaking. I know it's got an opening on top, but if the wind's I guess maybe if the wind's blowing directly from the east or the west really hard sideways, it could get in there. But you're gonna get rain in there, so I recommend you put a cover on your grill. And I usually move mine to the center, but if you keep a cover on it, you help it even more. Now in the center of the center up here, there's a trim that goes right in the center. I know I know what you're thinking, that I can't get that tied all the way down. Well, there's only 2 screw holes in that thing, and there's one on each end. So if you have a step ladder, you can put all this paneling on, this roof paneling, and all the trim, well, except for the beams, that hold the paneling. I did it by myself, but I had to put it on my head to hold it. But if you have a step ladder, you can do every bit of this by yourself, which I did. And be sure that this beam here, that the holes are on top, and that one on top, that the holes are on top. Well, actually there's 2 holes on the bottom too for those hooks. I forgot about that. And then this one here, there's holes on one side of that beam. That's to hold your roof paneling in. Be sure you do that, because if you don't do it, you're going to have to swap it around. And these 2 lower beams that's on here, they don't have any holes on them. All the panels do is just sit on that. They don't attach to it. So the only thing that they attach to is this one right here. See, I can't even move that panel. Same thing on this side. And you can put this this tool holder on either side. It doesn't matter. It'll go on either side. You could put the wine glass on one side. It doesn't matter. I know the directions might do it backwards, but it's just however you prefer you want to put them on there. I'm not even going to use this wine glass thing anyway. Yeah, the very last thing I'm going to have to do is run some electricity out here. I'm going to do that. Probably put my plug about right here. I'm going to make me some, well, not make me, but I'm going to put me some rope lights on this thing. I don't know what color yet. It definitely won't be white because of the bugs, but maybe red or green, where I can see at night a little bit better. And just run them on the top up here. Anyway, if you have questions, just post it on the YouTube, and I'll try to answer them the best I can. And like I said, this is a 2-man project for about maybe 20% of the job, and the rest of it you can do by yourself. But you do have to have a tall step ladder. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it, because I know I'm going to enjoy mine. Thank you.